Sacramento sold out and rocking as Shaq and the Lakers try to climb closer to 500. The Kings try to go 20 over 500. Mike Tirico, Bill Walton, Tom Tolbert will be joined by Stuart Scott in a little bit. Guys, we can talk about it all you want, but if you're an NBA fan, you're watching, you know what Kings-Lakers mean. They don't like them. They don't like them. Let's get it up.
Because of Sacramento's injuries, the Lakers have to win this game. They can ride Shaq's gradual progression to the return to the top. The Lakers coming off their biggest road win of the season. For Sacramento, they have to adjust to Chris Webber not being there. He gives them the numbers, he gives them the safety net, and it's his help defense that is critical to the Sacramento Kings' success. How limited that has been against the Lakers.
Well, it's been interesting. Before this year, it was the Kings who always had to prove they could beat the Lakers. I'm not saying the Lakers need to prove they can beat the Kings, but they need to prove they can win against good teams on the road consistently. They got one under the belt against Phoenix. Can they follow up on that tonight against the talented Sacramento team, albeit missing a couple key components?
Lakers, first time here, guys, since June 2nd when they won Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals to advance to the NBA Finals and eliminate the Nets in 4 straight. Vlade Divac, Shaquille O'Neal will jump center. Joey Crawford, 25-year NBA veteran, will toss it, works the game with Derek Stafford and Derek Richardson. Sold out, they were chanting, beat LA in the warm-up, so they are ready here in Sacramento.
They were chanting that at the airport.
It has been electric the last 48 hours here in Sacktown. Kings played last night, beat Seattle 95-77. Derek Fisher missed the first shot, and here come the Kings. I should point out that Robert Horry got the start for the Lakers. Instead, Samaki Walker. Horry coming off his 16-point season high in the last outing, in LA win at Phoenix. Stojakovic chases down the miss.
And that's a gamble by Phil Jackson.
Vlade hits the first field goal of the night, including that one. A little hand check by Turkoglu, and that's 2. They cannot afford foul trouble on Heater. There you see the numbers for O'Neal in the paint. And, well, we're going to call that one outside the paint officially for that field goal.
Vlade Divac, as a defender, he'll live with this shot all night long.
Yeah, I think the toe might have been right there. It was pretty close. Yeah, if you can keep, and Hedo Turkoglu right there going out with a couple fouls, if you can keep him outside the paint and make him shoot those shots without letting him get the 4 or 5 dunks and 3 or 4 layups, I think you've done your job, whether he goes 9 for 10 or 2 for 10.
Jimmy Jackson in the game, replacing Turkoglu on the bench with 2. Bryant McChristy commit defensively, couldn't complete the circus shot. Kobe goes to grab his right knee, which has bothered him. Running to the line, Stojakovic to Bibby.
Sacramento role players are rebounding tremendously in the early going.
Bibby on the take, over Horry! Horry had the arm extended, a circus shot by Bibby. Kings by 4.
And it all starts with the pressure they put on you after the defensive rebound. They come down, they try to get you out of position, they keep cutting, they keep passing, and sooner or later, they get somebody on a person who shouldn't be on them. Easy layup.
O'Neal gallops across the lane and gets his second field goal.
A huge shot for Mike Bibby, that last one over Robert Horry. Bibby has not been playing well.
6 of 16 in the win at Seattle last night. And struggling here tonight, 1 for 3 from the field. Kobe Bryant, second to Tracy McGrady, 27.5 a game. Fox strokes the 3. Shaq the rebound, all O'Neal offensively. No call, which O'Neal wanted. Here come the Kings. Purple shirts back, but nobody stopped the ball. Christie couldn't finish.
That's got to be a traveling violation, please.
O'Neal this time picks up the personal on Vlade.
And we talk about they get in the open court. When you get in the open court, you find matchups like this. Bibby on Horry, take the drive, shoots it, and let's go ahead and see what Bibby thought about the balls.
This one? I don't have to shoot it. That's why I give it to you.
Offensive game. When he starts hot with the ball on the offensive end, the Kings are literally unstoppable.
Kobe looking for his first 2 of the night. A little hard off the window from that close. Lakers 3 of 10 shooting. The Kings just 2 of 9. So a slow offensive start for both teams.
And I think one of the reasons you got to love him, the quick trigger right there, you got to be up in his face.
so terrified. In Sacramento, there's enough tissues for everyone. Write it down, take a picture, send it to them. I don't care. They're a great WNBA team. I'm scared.
And Shaquille's other quotes talking about this and that, in his mind being the capital of California. And then the comments after Doug Christie's wife was involved in the situation when Christie and Fox both got thrown out of the preseason game, and that carried on up into the tunnel. It's certainly been Shaq stirring the drink, but very quiet leading up to this game. I think Shaq's actually, guys, been quiet about what he said in the media and more careful after the whole Yao Ming situation that we last met over a couple of weeks ago.
Well, what he said about Doug Christie's wife's toe was, I mean, that was just wrong. It was funny.
Why is that wrong?
You don't want to go. You don't want to make fun of another man's wife massaging your toe, do you?
Not making fun of her. She has injected herself, as Glenn Rice's wife has injected herself, into the whole arena.
You know what?
So they're fair game.
I agree.
We might have to walk out of the building. You guys agree?
I was being sarcastic.
Kobe made 1 of 2. Stojakovic, who had a tough shooting night last night, 2 of 10 from behind the arc, has hit a 3-pointer and then a 2 in the last couple of minutes, and he has 8 of the Kings' dozen.
Most importantly, last night in their rout at Seattle, 14 rebounds. As Peja Stojakovic gets 14 rebounds, you know the planets are aligned.
Horry on Jim Jackson. 6 to shoot for LA. Bryant will go right over Christie and knock down his first field goal of the night.
Well, Kobe's one of those guys that if he misses his first couple of threes, he'll leave it alone for the rest of the night. But if he gets it going early, tries to get the feeling going, he might jack up 3 or 4 or 5 3-pointers throughout the course of the game. Take that shot.
Evans misses it. See Seattle when Kobe didn't hit a 3 until the second quarter, started feeling it, and then hit an NBA record in a game 12, but he turned over that one trying to get it to Shaq.
And these are the toughest ones to hit, too. I mean, this is not off penetration. This is just standing still for a couple seconds, rising up over somebody. Generally not a very good shot.
Vlade's ice cold and Shaq's in transition.
Vlade's 1 of 6.
Oh, you got to give Shaq the ball when he flashes like that after pounding up and down so hard.
Fisher tries to go at Bibby. Michael turns him away. Tough catch for Shaq, starting from where he is not as comfortable, but a nice dish to the cutting Fisher.
A great cut, but you lose contact. You got to drop back deep enough to see the ball and your man cutting and then body him.
Bibby is not playing well. Vlade is not playing well. Christie's not scoring. This is not a good sign for Sacramento.
Coming off the game last night against Seattle while the Lakers were here in Sacramento resting, Bryant takes it to the lane.
You used to do that, didn't you, Bill?
I like to start the fast breaks better than finishing the
Yes,
fast
you
breaks.
did.
Stuart Scott able to take off with a little bit of oomph despite some pain on that knee.
Yeah, Mike, I talked to Kobe today after shoot-around. He was icing his knee. He said it was just maintenance, though. He said his tendonitis was hurting him last week, but the couple of days off really helped. And as you mentioned, that 40-point outburst he had against Phoenix, his 7th 40-point game of the year, his knees are doing fine. That last dunk, another example of knees being A-OK, Mike. Back to you.
The 740-plus, the best in the NBA behind Tracy McGrady. For the Kings had another turnover. That's 5, and Christie still unable to get Sacramento going offensively. Lakers are playing good defense as well here, guys.
The Lakers are the best defensive team in the league.
But, Bill, they're last in three-point field goal defense, 17th in overall field goal defense thus far.
The Lakers' defense is measured over a 3.5-year period, not over a 2-month period.
You stated they are still the best defensive team. Christie hit the 3.
Well, I'll tell you what's missing right now when you look at Sacramento Kings, aside from Bobby Jackson and Chris Webber, is this team is the best passing team in the league. A lot of one-on-one right now. Not a lot of crisp passing, not a lot of movement on the offensive end. The Lakers are just playing fantastic defense, and they're getting the ball to Shaq and working off him on the offensive end.
As Bobby Jackson in the retro Joe Namath jersey watches.
In a Rams jersey. I mean, what about Eric Dickerson in a Colt jersey? At least have the Jets
Are
jersey.
you sure that's not a San Diego Charger?
No, it's not the powder blue. It's the Rams blue.
How about a UCLA jersey?
Oh,
Jerry Beeben?
Not right now. One more coming for O'Neal. Lakers lead by 10. Gerald Wallace is checked in for Sacramento. Log on to NBA.com. Read all about next week's All-Star game in Atlanta in the exclusive All-Star section. It's on NBA.com. And now when the All-Star break starts next Friday, Bill and Tom and everybody else from ESPN's NBA family will be in Atlanta for an All-Star Friday night special. Hope you tune in for that. Keon Clark off the bench. Gets it back into a single-digit deficit.
Lakers' identity, their style, pound it inside, get up and down the floor, play the terrific defense. And when all breaks down, give it to Kobe Bryant and clear the side. I don't want to hear about a sore leg.
Bryant and O'Neal have 24 of the Lakers' 28 here in the opening quarter. They clear for Bibby. Continuing to struggle, 1 of 5 from the field. So Bibby and Divac both 1 of 5 in this opening quarter.
The great thing for the Lakers' point of view is that they've taken this crowd, the best and most raucous in the league, completely out. The fans are sitting stunned, unhappy, and very frustrated.
Well, you can't double team that early.
Keon Clark on the defense. Shaq can't hit it. Playing time for Gerald Wallace. He's a little out of control, but got lucky. Life is good sometimes. Kobe, good if it goes.
How great can you be if they don't call steps?
Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq with 14, Bryant with 10. It's the way it is for the Lakers. They only have 3 players who've scored. Kobe, 4 of 10 from the field for his 10 points. Shaq has 14. The Kings only had 2 assists in that first quarter, and they trail by 9.
Turn this game around. The bench contribution from Wallace, who has 8 points. Keon Clark has 7. The crowd is back in it. The momentum, while Shaq was on the bench, stayed with Los Angeles until Wallace came in, and now it's all Sacramento.
Jackson on Brian Shaw to double-digit year in the NBA veterans, and Jimmy got the best of Brian there.
It's like watching a Legends game or something there.
I would put Gerald Wallace on Kobe Bryant right now instead of Jim Jackson. Kobe is just blasting by Jimmy Jackson. Granted, he's a very solid defensive player and had a big impact in the win at Seattle last night with a stoppage of play, but the blood on Kobe Bryant.
And so Gary Vitti, one of the longtime trainers in the NBA, will look after Kobe for the moment. Try to get the blood stopped so he does not have to come out.
If Gary Vitti can't get you better.
The King fans very concerned.
You might as well just go straight to the morgue.
Gary, a 19-year NBA veteran on the bench, athletic trainer. So Kobe will come out as they try to stop the bleeding, and Derek Fisher comes back in along with O'Neal.
The bleeding right now has to be stopped from the Lakers as they've allowed everything to turn around quickly. Reestablish order by coming to the big man.
Kareem rushed the rookie, goes baseline, out to Shaw, a triple. Brian Shaw, 36% three-point shooter, about half his attempts are 3.
Damon Jones getting big minutes as Bibby was totally unproductive.
Keon Clark, nice look for Wallace. Shaq's back in the game. Excuse me.
In case you didn't know.
Shaw feeling it. Write it down. 5 straight points for Shaw, and the Lakers quickly back up 8.
Seldom used over the last couple weeks, but always there for Phil Jackson in these desperate situations.
Jackson on Shaw, 11 years in the league on 14 years in the league. Shaw got the better of it that time. He runs to the corner.
Well, look at Shaq getting them down the court. Right in the middle, they're going to find him. He was there, too.
Shaw's over here on the left side waiting for the defense to float away. Smelling a take there. Brought Turkoglu in the lane. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Shaw changing directions.
Keon Clark everywhere, including getting pork chopped in the face in transition defense as Shaq got away with an offensive foul.
Turkoglu tried to take Shaw for 2.
Well, that's a great matchup for them. He's just so much bigger than Brian Shaw. He'll have a hard time stopping him on the penetration. But the Kings still not looking like themselves, getting the rebound, standing around, not getting out on the break like they usually do.
Despite their struggles, they are within 6 at the 5-minute mark. O'Neal sees the double to Shaw. Time Wallace got out in his face. Turkoglu to the board. He can be such an X factor.
Keon Clark tipping the ball.
Jones Missed the three. Wallace the putback. Oh, they called him the governor during his days in Tuscaloosa. And in the state capitol, he's brought the Kings back within 4. Shaq sweet pass to Shaw. O'Neal, who doesn't get much credit for it, but averages 3 assists per game.
In the open court, Gerald Wallace gets away with a beautiful reverse pivot there, and Keon Clark slashing from that weak side. Damon Jones has been solid from the perimeter as well. The offensive glass has been another area where these reserves have come in. They've got 12 second chance points, Sacramento, as the second-year player out of Alabama finally getting some playing time with the injuries to Chris Webber. Gerald Wallace would play in the rookie challenge game if he got more time.
Turkoglu on the miss. Keon Clark the putback makes it a 4-point game. So Clark has 9 to go and Wallace has 10. It's 19 to the Kings, 43 here in Arco. From players who don't see a lot of time or do a lot offensively in a normal situation.
Kobe Bryant quickly back in after just a couple minutes. Phil Jackson sensing a surge by Sacramento.
Bryant rarely off the floor for Phil. 4th in the league in minutes at 42 per game. 6-point Laker lead.
What if the Lakers don't win this game? What kind of psychological burden is that going to put on them?
None. Deja the miss. Wallace tried the lefty putback. O'Neal fouls him.
You really think if the Lakers lose this game, it'll damage them mentally?
Against the Kings, who are missing their 2 most important players this season, Chris Webber, who is arguably the MVP of the season at the halfway point, Bobby Jackson, who was the MVP until he broke his hand on Christmas Day on a play when he didn't even get called for a foul.
O'Neal hit him in the 4th quarter. What I find amazing is that the Kings guys are 19 games over 500 atop the Pacific, and they have not had their core of 8 or 9 guys together healthy at all this year. For 4 games, they had Bibby, Jackson, and Webber together, but Bibby was just getting back, and then Jackson got hurt on Christmas night.
Well, Lawler, you're seeing why. You're seeing Keon Clark coming in and doing a job. I mean, Turkoglu with 22 points last night. He wasn't playing. Wallace doing a great job tonight. He wasn't playing. So they got guys that can step up, and that's why they're able to keep this train rolling.
I'd love to see a stat that could measure how quickly they go from the ground to their maximum height on a jump shot, because Kobe gets up so quick. Turkoglu, that one came out awkwardly because he was fouled.
And that ability to elevate quickly separates guys like Kobe Bryant, like Tracy McGrady, like Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Michael Jordan, Paul Pierce. If you've got a slow leap and a slow delivery, you've got no chance in this league.
The help from the subs, but sooner or later, your stars are going to have to show up, especially when you're already missing a couple of them.
Keon Clark doing a job on the defensive end. Turkoglu lost control. Kobe almost took it away. It ends up in Christie's hands. Bibby's waiting. He's got it. He's stroking 3. Laker timeout. Kings within 3. And they love it at Arco.
Yao Ming,
Yo, nasty.
but Houston taking care of business also. Great ball movement, and Yao ends up with the rock.
I tell you, he played well again. Tired legs for Minnesota. Tough game last night. Houston should have taken advantage of it, and they did.
Steve Francis, the bucket there. Francis has 27. Yao has 24. And Cat Mobley also getting in the mix. Rockets put up 121. Obviously, they didn't lose. Spurs taking on the Magic. Game 1 of our doubleheader. And late in the game, T-Mac, the new daddy. Ooh, daddy make the bad man stop. But down the stretch, look at that. Tim Duncan effort.
MVP, second and third effort to get the bucket, the game winner.
Last chance for T-Mac. No Magic for Orlando tonight. Good night now. T-Mac and Duncan with a lot of love for each other. The hug. But 109-108 your final score. Celtics, Pistons. Antoine Walker came back. So did Chauncey Billups. He's back in town. The number 3 pick in the 97 draft. Rolling. Billups had 24 points. How about Rip Hamilton? He added 29. Tay even got busy. Tayshaun Prince
played extremely well. Can you say that that's probably the best backcourt in the Eastern Conference right now?
Pistons up by 60. And they go on to win 118-66. It's the worst loss in Celtics history. Pacers and Raptors, that's Jermaine O'Neal using two hands like his mama taught him at the other end. The junkyard dog gets the bucket. Vince Carter finishing. He had 16, 4, and 4 assists, but then madness. Mo Pete and Al Harrington get tangled up. Al believes that Mo did it on purpose. Isaiah Thomas said he's upset because he feels that people are taking cheap shots at the Pacers. Party's on.
It's going to be on for the rest of the season, and this is going to be a wake-up call for the Pacers.
Look at Isaiah Thomas upset because he said that Peterson mouthed something to him that he could not repeat. Ejections abound and the madness abound. Why do guys take their jerseys off when they? They're dirty. I don't understand. I still don't understand it. Why do they take their jerseys off? 102-90. Raptors win the game. Meanwhile, Kobe Bryant rolling, Lakers rolling. Sure, the Kings are missing a few of the people from their royal court, but
Mike Tirico, Bill Walton, Tom Tolbert, Stuart Scott. Here are the numbers at the break. Lakers 57% from the field, guys, and 30 points in the paint. Sacramento's bench keeping them in it. As we start quarter number 3 with Christie, Stojakovic, Turkoglu, Bibby, and Vlade Divac back on the floor for LA. Peja unable to get started. He struggled here in the first half. 2 of 8 now from the field.
The problem for Sacramento is only 3 guys are playing well. Keon Clark, Gerald Wallace, and Hedo Turkoglu. It's got to be done on the offensive end if Sacramento is going to have a chance to win. They're shooting 38%. The guys who are struggling, they're trying to dribble too much.
Yeah, I tell you why you're scared if you're Sacramento. You outscored them a plus 12 on second chance points, yet you're down 8.
As a shot clock violation, never hit the rim. Phil Jackson's team with the excellent 35-point second quarter. That high shooting percentage, but a better defensive set from Sacramento that time.
Their defense has to get better. But Sacramento has got to start with the defensive end. The offense will come, but if they allow the Lakers again to shoot over 50% in the second half, forget about it.
Vlade has to come alive.
Just 10 minutes and 3 points in that first half. Mike Bibby knocks down a 2. It's his third field goal on the night. 6-point Laker lead.
You don't think Vlade is too concerned about his new restaurant, do you?
No, that big opening tonight. Afterwards, you're going to be there, Bill? Fisher to Kobe. And the rebound, Turkoglu.
I do plan on going.
Oh, you're going to go? Excellent. I hope we can share a table. And I haven't spent enough time with you guys tonight. Look forward to a little post-game meal with you and Tom. It'll be Sacramento ball.
I didn't know Tom was going.
Change of plans. Peja steps back and knocks down a 3. This Kings team shoots 10% better in Arco from behind the arc. A 43% three-point shooting team at home. O'Neal lost it.
Finally a play defensively by Doug Christie.
Peja goes all the way. Rick Fox took it away and kept it alive with a brilliant behind the back.
Boy, that's a big momentum killer right there. Down 3 on the break. Got to make sure you hold the Lakers right here.
Shaq's got to go to the hoop.
Morey dumps it down to O'Neal. Fouled by Vlade Divac. Just his first on the night. And here's Stuart Scott.
Mike, Jimmy Jackson had 21 points off the bench last night. I was talking to him before the game, and we played a little bit of Sports Center Fact or Fiction. I said, fact or fiction, the road through the West leads through Sacramento. He says, fact. I said, all right, fact or fiction, the Lakers pose the biggest threat to the Kings. He says, fiction. I thought he was going to say that it was the Mavericks or somebody. He said, we pose the biggest threat to ourselves. He said, if we shoot the ball well, if we play defense, there's not anybody who can beat us. So thank you, Jimmy Jackson, for playing fact or fiction. We'll see you on Sports Center, Mike.
It's saved by Fox to keep the possession alive for LA.
Jimmy's a relative newcomer to this series. He doesn't realize that Lakers have owned the Kings.
Defensive intensity, the first part of this third quarter is really picked up for the Kings.
I love this building. They really do. Kobe on the take. Whoa. Off the window over Turkoglu for 2.
I love that guy's game.
I don't know. Is it just me or the last 90 seconds or so kind of felt like the playoffs?
A lot better than most of that first half.
It feels like Lakers Kings in Sacramento. You're right.
Nice step out by Shaq. Rare.
Into Vlade. Out to Christie for the tie. And a foul on Fox. Phil Jackson says I don't think so, Derek Richardson. Not 4 on Rick.
Imagine if Doug Christie could shoot.
Rick comes to the bench with 4, and Devin George will have to play big minutes across the third here.
I'd come right to Stojakovic right now.
Takes it. Rimmed it out.
Christie's not that bad a shooter. He's 46%. In today's NBA, that's gold.
Bryant, the gold standard, re-extends the lead to 5. Is also a 37% three-point shooter.
Just a weak link of the team.
Come on, what are you talking about? We just gave you statistical data that shows that he's a pretty good shooter.
This one's on Vlade.
Stats. Give me ball
What else
players.
can I resort to with you? I gotta show you. No, I wouldn't have
Doug
known
Christie
those numbers,
is an
but when you said
important
that,
part of this team, but his shooting is the weak link.
I disagree. I don't think he's a great shooter, but I think he's a good enough shooter, and he's hit some big shots for the Kings.
Kobe on the take, the bump in the basket.
Holy mackerel.
How good is he playing, by the way, the last month? He's had an unbelievable month at his last touch by Fisher, and will stay with Sacramento.
Talked about the struggles for Mike Bibby, as Kobe Bryant is just putting on a demonstration matched by few in the history of the NBA.
Bibby as we come back.
But with
Flipping out from under them.
a nice setup by Bibby, one of the rare times tonight he's been able to get penetration.
Fisher missed. Asia the board.
This is well as I've seen Shaq move all year long. Consistently getting up and down the court, not just on the offensive end, but transition moves.
Asia 3.
Make noise without thunder sticks? Oh my!
Good stuff. 5 to shoot. Christie on the D on Kobe. Turkoglu there helping. Kobe with the dagger. 3.
Ooh, the silencer.
Sacramento's not running back. Christie the only one who continues the attack.
Fouled by Ori. His third. Ori and Bryant have 3. Fox has 4.
Bibby up the court. It was Stojakovic just floating up the wing.
Shaq on Keon Clark as Vlade's gone to the bench with 3. And O'Neal much better since the timeout the middle of this quarter.
Sacramento not running the ball up after they give up a hoop.
Bibby used the screen from Clark.
Pick and roll against Shaq. Time and time again. The later in the game, the better off you are with it. Forcing Phil Jackson to call a timeout. Are they ever going to play zone, the Lakers, against that offensive strategy?
They played a little zone against Phoenix.
Yes.
It was pretty effective, too. 2-point game.
Well, this is an important minute and a half right here. For the Lakers, you'd like to extend your lead back out, make it comfortable.
Wow.
Kobe again.
A great pick by Samaki Walker. Keon Clark, you'd think he would jump out and double that. I mean, make him pass it to Samaki Walker.
Bryant, 33 on 23 shots. Jim Jackson, quiet in the first half. Gets going here in the second. He had 21 on 9 of 12 shooting last night in Seattle.
Step out, Gerald Wallace. Double team Kobe. Make somebody else beat you. Because this guy will beat you.
Jim Jackson being physical with him. Nice jump pass. Around by Ori. Whoa! Is Kobe having a great quarter or what?
Unbelievable. Bullet pass on the money. All we had to do is catch it. That was an easy deuce. 2 for 1 if they want it.
A lot of dribbling by Stojakovic. Not his game.
Open Jackson. Ori, nice recovery. Bibby, tough to catch it. Good job. That was down by his knees.
Last shot time by the Lakers. They blew it at the end of the half.
And Bibby is hurting with his ankle down at this side. That's why Rick Adelman was saying foul to get Mike. And he can't believe that a foul wasn't called as the run out defensively got the worst of Mike.
When will this endless string of injuries stop for the Sacramento Kings?
Let's watch there. The left portion of the screen on the release is coming back. I don't know if it came as he fell down on the defender or on the trip with the cameraman.
Or both.
And reaching for that right foot. Of course, that's the foot he had the stress fracture in. And Mike is going right back to the locker room. Oh, boy. This could be...
He's walking okay.
Again, Bibby had the stress fracture of the right foot that forced him to miss 27 games at the start of the year. And immediately goes back into the locker room.
To set up, and that's how you get block shots.
5 to shoot. Bryant sees it, strokes it. Rebound. Oh, Sacramento had 2 players there. Laker ball.
To never fault the effort of Gerald Wallace.
Great high rise by Gerald, a terrific leaper for his size at 6'7". Bryant's going to come get a break for a couple of minutes, and Kareem Rush will come in for LA.
But wouldn't you agree a lot of times that you're fighting for a rebound? You don't even know it's your teammate. You're just battling for a rebound all of a sudden.
No, they have to know.
Right into Shaq, got it back, got the basket.
That one's hard to stop.
Well, those are the type of plays where Chris Webber, who rarely guards Shaq, is so valuable because his double team and his ability to get the rebound is so critical for Sacramento.
A'ja Stojakovic now has 23 points here tonight.
All he needs is just an inch.
It is a steady diet of the big fella. That one punched back out by O'Neal all the way across the court. Plenty of time. It's a fresh shot clock. Wallace there for the defensive help, and O'Neal will shoot free throws. Jim Jackson trying to point to Wallace, make sure he got the foul call, and not Keon Clark, and he did.
What is the foul trouble situation for the big men for Sacramento?
It's not too bad, Bill. No Sacramento player has more than 3 fouls as you watch Stojakovic hit his 6th field goal, and Chris Webber loving as much as he can. He would love to be out there.
Vlade Divac has 3. Keon Clark has 2.
Shaq rock solid 8 of 8 at the line tonight. Look at who you root for tonight. You love sports when guys get up for a game and you see the best play at their best. And when Shaq goes 9 for 9 at the line and the Lakers have missed just 1 free throw, you know they came to play tonight. Wallace got a step and got 2. First points of the second half for Gerald Wallace, who had a terrific 10. He beat Robert Horry that time.
He just overpowered Horry. Why doesn't this guy play more?
Sacramento back within 2.
Wallace again, everywhere.
Rush and Shaw, the backcourt. Devin George, the guy who feeds O'Neal this time. And it is the full Shaq show now.
But the good thing for Sacramento, even though Shaq's getting points, they're not fouling him every time.
Wallace got committed in the air, and that's a foul on Sacramento before the turnover.
And that foul really helped Sacramento because Lakers had a break underway.
Look at the big fella hanging in the air here. The hang time. He catches the ball down there. And Mike Bibby coming back and scoring 13 points in the 3rd quarter. He catches the ball down there. You can forget about it.
At his best, Shaq on the move. When he just stands there and tries to overpower people, yes, he can be effective, but right now, literally unstoppable.
Bibby back in.
How long does Kobe Bryant sit?
Maybe through the next TV timeout coming up in a minute. O'Neal. Divac came over. Once again on pace to have one of them lead the team in scoring. No other Laker has led the team in scoring, even when O'Neal was out for those first 12 games of the season. And it begs the question, has any team ever gone a full season with only 2 players leading them in scoring? And Bill?
2 or fewer. Wilt Chamberlain would be that answer the year he averaged 50 points a game. And he had a lot of really good teammates on that squad to go with him, and he still did it every single game.
Al Adams, Tom Gola, among those on that Philadelphia Warrior team that was knocked out by the Celtics. That in the midst of the Celtics championship runs from 59 to 66.
Never leave off Tom Meschery from that team.
Thank you.
think the ankle's okay.
Yeah, Bibby knocks down that shot. Makes it a one-point game. The interesting part of that O'Neal-Bryant graphic, that's the only time, Chamberlain, in NBA history that one man has led a team in scoring the entire season, or two men have led a team in scoring every game the entire season.
Whenever there's a question like that, the answer is always Wilt.
He averaged 50 that year. Bibby off the Divac screen. And the rebound by Kobe. Lakers by 3 here at the 7:40 mark, fourth quarter.
Can you imagine scoring 45 and having your average drop? Incredible.
Devin George, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, Bryant, and O'Neal.
Faced him up.
Beautiful defense.
Kobe with the look and the snap of the finger right overhead. Triangle at work. And now the cut by Fox. O'Neal's assist, number 6. And Fox will have a chance for the three-point play.
That was an unbelievable pass right there.
He got it twice.
Yeah.
And there was still plenty of time on the shot clock. Everyone moving.
And the great thing about the pass is watch how it hits him in stride. And all Rick Fox has to do is catch and lay up. That's all. It's not a high pass or a low pass. It's on the money. And that gives the bucket and the chance for a three-point play.
And the way Shaq keeps the ball in the triple threat position, which keeps the defender's arms down, then he's able to zip that ball right by his man's head, allowing him to deliver the ball on the mark.
Sacramento now down 9. You know they've got a run left in them, but can they shut the Lakers down? Jackson, tough shot as the entire Laker team converge. And the giveaway of the foul in the backcourt. Vlade with some words has to avoid getting a tee. Well, hard to believe in a game in Sacramento with the great passing Kings, especially at Arco, that man has more assists than anybody else in the game.
Giving him some love, giving the Clippers some love. L.O. with the dunk. Jermaine O'Neal, 2 hands like his mama taught him. All right, how about Eddie Robinson, Greg Anthony?
Thank you.
The oops upside your head to the junkyard dog. Kelvin Cato with the noise. How about this one? Jake Voskuhl, Tom Tolbert asked if we add this one. And then, of course, Vince gets in the mix, a little Vinsanity. Kenyon Martin, strong. KG on Yao. And my dunk of the night, Tracy McGrady backwards. All right, our top performers, Kobe Bryant having a monster game. T-Mac, his 7th straight 30-point game. Stephon Marbury, a season-high 15 assists.
Oh, he played extremely well.
Yeah, anything else that jumps out? How about Yao with 13 rebounds? Tom Tolbert, Bill Walton, your dunk of the night.
Oh, dunk of the night's got to be KG. You dunk over a guy at 7'6". That's got, I mean,
On this end, Mike now rejoins the play.
Sacramento's falling apart.
Shaq missed. Shaq return. Fouled by Vlade, who is complaining he's going to get a tee in about 2 seconds. He's complained about the last 3 calls as things have gone south for the Kings.
well, what you're seeing here with the Sacramento Kings is with the absence of Chris Webber, no inside game. And that's where they get a lot of their scoring. Throw it into Webber. He's such a great passer. He can do what Shaq's been doing is find guys. They don't have that presence right now.
You're seeing why the Maloofs shelled out $127 million to Chris Webber.
Shaq 11 of 12 from the line. Bibby wanted the call on this end here.
That's not a foul.
Terrific night at the line for O'Neal. 12 of 13. The foul on Stojakovic was his 5th. Quite a time for the Lakers to equal their largest lead of the night. They're up a dozen as we come to 5 minutes.
Well, Sacramento finally able to get a shot to go down, but they struggled back so many times. 3 times they cut it to 1. Twice they tied it, but they never took the lead, and that just drains you emotionally, and it doesn't let the crowd give you that extra push.
27th time this year Sacramento scored 100 or more. This is game 48 for the Kings. Keep feeding the big fella. George kept it alive. Great hustle by Devin George. Kobe wide open.
At the last minute, Shaq was wide open, was calling for it, and Kobe took his eyes off the rim and just broke his concentration. One of the few times he's thrown up a clunker tonight.
Kings need one here to get back within a couple of possessions. Pager +1. That's exactly what they needed, too, guys.
Yeah, a prayer.
What a shot. I mean, just throw it up there off the glass. Coming down. He was coming down when he shot that shot. He got hit. You're going to watch him right here go right by Rick Fox. Jump up in the air. Fox gets him from behind, and then on the way down throws it up there.
Rick, when he plays against Peja Stojakovic, rarely gambles. Technical foul.
Double technical on O'Neal and Jim Jackson, perhaps?
Jim Jackson.
Fox knows how critically important Stojakovic is, and he just stays at home, doesn't bite on penetration, doesn't try to help anybody else out. That gamble cost him dearly with a three-point play.
A 6-0 Peja run has made it a 6-point game. As soon as we're done, SportsCenter will break down this game tonight in the NBA, the LeBron James story as well. Fox, a very deep three. Oh, Rick Fox.
How casual did that look? He's going to catch, turn. No, they just cut our lead to 6. Not so fast, back up to 9.
I thought it was a jump pass at first. Fox has hit 3 triples on the night. Stojakovic trying to take over offensively for Sacramento. He scored their last 8.
Well, you can't let him go left. You got to make him go back to the right. Rick Fox doing all he can, but boy, once he gets that engine moving left, he can fire at will.
Peja has 33. Season high is 37. Lakers going to be patient. Kevin George creates contact.
What a pass. What a pass. How long does Phil Jackson leave Robert Horry on the bench over here?
Jimmy Jackson, a huge trip for the Kings. Spinning. From 12 to 5. Bobby Jackson likes it. And the fans on their feet in Arco trying to pull their team back one last time.
Gotta find Shaq.
Christie the double. Rotation. Left 3, Fox. First 3 of the night. Wow. +8 inside of 3. Peja, a response. 3.
Getting warmed up for All-Star Weekend early.
The reigning champion of the three-point shooting contest. Fisher wants it. Buys it. Oh, man, what a 3-minute stretch.
Who's in shape? Who's got the mental toughness?
That was a 2. It's a 7-point lead. Stojakovic continuing. Vlade. That's over the back on Divac. He fouled Devin George.
Devin George will get a trip to the line. He's earned some playing time here. Phil Jackson showing the confidence and trust in him. Joe Crawford, fortunately, he's here tonight.
Like him.
But that's the best part.
Christie blocked by Kobe Bryant.
Boy, got him in lockdown there. Derek Fisher did a real nice job on Mike Bibby, not allowing the penetration, and Kobe with a fantastic closeout.
Shaq's just out there smiling.
Christie's shot was changed by O'Neal. Divac the putback. Very quiet night for Vlade, guys. Just 4 points.
I was thinking the same thing. I haven't heard his name, and he's a guy that should, with his skills, do well against Shaq because he can draw Shaq out, put the ball on the ground.
He is the most qualified center in the NBA to play against Shaq.
O'Neal takes him right in the lane. Got it to go. So O'Neal and Bryant each have 36 points. What a night.
And Shaq is yelling over at Joe Crawford, and 1. Put me on the line.
That's offensive on Stojakovic. He's gone.
Good defense by Rick Fox.
Stojakovic has fouled out as he is 1 shy of his season high with 36 points.
He's done everything that he could do. Can't say the same for a number of his teammates.
15 in the 4th quarter for Peja, who fouls out of a game for the first time this season.
Rick Fox does a good job just beating him. I'm telling you what, the time he spent on that, just the acting is so good. The Oz.
Come on, Rick Fox is lucky he's not in a wheelchair.
Kobe let Turkoglu go in the air, missed it. That's the first time that Stojakovic has fouled out in his NBA career in the regular season. Over 300 games. Jim Jackson.
Wild shot.
Out of bounds off Turkoglu. Reminder, SportsCenter is coming your way. All the stories you see on the bottom line will be in highlight form.
The one that really interesting to me as the fans are heading to the exit here is the LeBron James story. And here's a guy who's driving a $50,000 Hummer as a high school student. His mom is unemployed. His dad is in jail. He's got ice all over his body, and then they bust him for getting 2 retro jerseys.
He got ice all over his body.
Diamonds.
You trying to get hip? Are you trying to get hip?
Kobe is fouled.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tom.
Did they look dope? Were they fresh?
It is. I'm sorry, guys. You're losing me. You're losing me to tragically hip guy. The difference from game 1. A little more from Kobe and Shaq. 38 points from those other 4 big scores. A little bit more than they had on Christmas night on ABC.
And exquisite at the free throw line as a team, the Los Angeles Lakers.
28 of 32 here tonight, Bill. A Laker victory here will give LA 8 of their last 11. They'll be 18 and 14 since Shaq returned to the lineup. More importantly, guys, there'll be 2 games under 500. Heading home tomorrow to play Utah. Hold on. Trying to set up Fox for the knockout punch there. Sacramento is going to lose for the 4th time at home this season. One of the NBA's best records, 18 and 3. Certainly understandable considering the injuries, but San Antonio, Portland, and Utah have won here. And now the Lakers. Isn't it interesting how Sacramento and the Lakers are still in Dallas's head? And October, pleasure to have Stu Scott with us. Mike Tirico, thanks for watching this presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. More coverage coming up on SportsCenter momentarily. Lakers by 11.